All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
I am doing okay, Carlos. A little soggy. Trying to go out and play tennis. Got rained on today, so oh well. That
Yeah,
happens. Haven't had
yeah.
good luck with tennis this year. It seems every time I've gone out, it's either been freezing. That was once. And now it's the third time I've been rained out. So oh well.
Man, yeah, it's we're getting a lot of rain here too, but I gotta tell you, my grass has never looked better, man. It is just this beautiful green. Every time I see it in the morning, it's raining right now. I'm like, you know what? This is just so good. Can it look like this all the time? It looks healthy. It looks strong. Man, it looks really good.
Well, that's good.
So yeah, but yeah, friends, let's get to it. A lot of green, just like my grass here this morning. Take a look at our gappers list. Bunch of stuff in the green side of things, including the big boy in the room, NVIDIA. So we'll get into all about that with their earnings and everything else going on there. And we do have again some tariff news with judges blocking things. A lot happening that are creating some good momentum here. But you're obviously going to see your AMDs and your tech semis also following the leader here, the darling of the market, like some call it, NVIDIA. JetBlue and United got some news as well. I mean, I'm excited for that news, actually, with JetBlue and United. Hopefully they can make that work, because for me here in Newark, that would be pretty awesome. And then we do have some stuff that somehow made it into the red, and we'll dive into those as well. All right, before we get to all that fun stuff, Peter, what is the latest and greatest on this U.S. economic calendar?
All right, we do have a few things happening on the economic calendar today. So unlike yesterday, where it was pretty boring, today we do have activity. Let me just see. Let me get the calendar going here. See if we can update your numbers. All right, so first we'll start with jobless. We had both the initial and continuing jobless claims. Both came out a little heavier than anticipated. So 240,000 is the initial jobless claim number versus 230, and 1.919 million was the number on the continuing jobless claims. Were expected to be just under 1.9. So that shows, unfortunately, there's more people sitting on the unemployment lines, which probably not that much of a surprise. But we'll see if the market does seem to be pulling back a little bit from the joyous highs it hit overnight. We'll talk about that in a second. The other number that came out was the GDP number. Expected in gross domestic product to see contraction of 0.3%. That actually is some good news. It came in at only 0.2% lower. So I guess that's positive compared to what was expected, but still lower than it was previously, which is never good. You don't want to see your GDP, get smaller. Later this morning, we do have pending home sales. We got a number of speeches from feds. I only put the first one on there because then I run out of lines. But there's one at 10:40, one at 2, one at 4, and then a few after the close. So, we'll see what happens with the economic data on the home sales. Although I think the bigger news, like I just alluded to, is of course on the tariffs. So, as Carlos mentioned as well, last night, I guess it was sometime after the close yesterday evening, we heard that a federal judge had blocked the tariffs from the Trump administration, saying that they were unlawful. And we saw the market react. The market definitely had a positive response to that and shot up. We're now seeing it sort of retrace a little bit from that, not all the way, but a good third to a half of it, depending what you're looking at, pullback from the highs that it moved to originally. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this, because this is going to be news driven. As far as I'm aware, you guys help me out here, I have not heard any response from the White House other than a formal, immediate challenging of that ruling, right? So they put in an appeal. That is not unexpected, right? Of course, they're going to appeal it, but I don't know. The talking heads on the news programs are saying they're not going to get anywhere with the appeal. It has no merit. That the federal judges were pretty adamant in their statement that the president does not have the right to impose these tariffs, and that there's sort of no appeal options. Now, who knows, right? Like, if nothing else, this administration has been very creative. So we'll see what happens today, the market is probably going to be very reactive to any statements out of the White House, formal or informal. So I think we need to, sort of be aware of that. Keep your eye on the Twitter sphere. Keep your eye on all the social media. It could be an interesting day. Certainly, even if nothing comes out, we've got this gap up price action on this news, which is interesting. Again, if anything does get tweeted or mentioned, or even rumors, hey, insider source from the White House says that, right, we could get that type of stuff. Be aware of it, because the market is likely to move on that. So let's see what happens. Certainly it's setting up to be a more interesting day than yesterday, which was a tough trading day. So if you had a tough day yesterday, let me assure you, you are not alone. It was not the easiest days. There absolutely were opportunities, but it wasn't an easy day. Hopefully today is a little easier, or at least more obvious where the opportunities lie.
Yeah, absolutely. We asked for drama, and we are getting it. So here it is. We were looking for this yesterday, Peter. Where's the drama? Where's the action? And we are getting some of that this morning, and the markets, of course, love it.
So this is your fault.
I was asking for this.
You asked for it. All right.
I'm like, I need the drama, man. I was looking for Trump to tweet something. I was looking for tariffs, something. We got something here. Now, I haven't read the entire news on this. Is this for the global? Is it for every tariff on countries, or is just the global tariff he was trying to implement? Right? Because there's two different things. I haven't read the details on it. I'll catch up on it later. But if anybody knows, I would like to know if it's for everything. Because I would think if it's for everything, this is not a good reaction. This is nothing. We should be up higher, right? So if it's for just the global, right, then that's different. But for every single country, this should be at 600 plus, right? So I don't know. It seems a little tamed for that news if it's for every single country and every tariff. But we'll see. We'll see what the market does here. And nevertheless, we love the drama. Love what I'm seeing here. Let's get to our gappers list, friends. Let's start with the first one. ALZN is the one that's on here. So ALZN, let's start there. And this morning, wow, high flying, 133% up this morning. So pretty nice. 20 million shares traded. It is a low float. I'm showing just under a million here, Peter, if you want to confirm that. TrainTerminal.com. By the way, guys, you can always get the scanners here. It'll give you the tickers. It'll give you the change. It'll give you a bunch of other stuff. It'll give you also the float right on there. You can get is here showing just a little bit under 1 million shares flow for this ALZN. So, Peter, is that what you're showing as well?
Yes,
Okay.
I am seeing. I'm just reading into the news here, trying to figure out what they're doing. This ALZN, it's Alzamend Neuro, and they're going to phase 2 of the clinical trials of their AL001 lithium in the brain study. They are trying to cure Alzheimer's, and I get it now. Alzheimer's, amending the brain. Anyways, all right, got it. Alzamend, they are trying to map the brain using this lithium blood. I'm not sure, man. This is beyond my technical knowledge here. But whatever they're doing, they have injected their serum into healthy patients to be able to map it against Alzheimer patients, thinking that it's going to give them major opportunity to treat not only Alzheimer's but bipolar disorder, major depressive disorder, and PTSD. So wow, they're targeting a lot of stuff here. It's a lot of promises. I see why the stock is jumping up. Hey, at this point, probably doesn't matter if their solution will actually live up to the promise. Right now, it's all about the news cycle for ALZN, and they're taking full advantage of 135% on 20 million shares traded. Interesting stair-step price action we've got here this morning. Looks good. And look, this thing, just looking back at the daily chart, it looks like it's got almost unlimited room to go up because it's come down from very high. So, yeah, in play. Not my favorite type of thing, but no doubt in play.
Yeah, it really is a little bit wild here. Again, low flow stock, guys, in play today. Would I watch it on my list? No, but I will put it. I will put it down here just to look at later for entertainment purposes. But it won't be even on my secondary. All right, let's take a look here. Rightfully so, AI. We haven't seen this ticker in a while. AI making its way here. We are up 14.7 this morning, 1.2 million shares traded. And there's a reason why we haven't seen this. When you can tell here, the daily just been kind of going sideways. We had a drop back in February. Since then, not doing a whole lot. AI up this morning, Peter. Anything in the, particularly to them affecting the way they're looking today?
It's interesting that they're up so much. They'd actually issued some warning against their previous guidance, so that's on the downside. That being said, they also announced they took the opportunity to announce that they're significantly expanding their partner ecosystem. So looks like that's that's a big opportunity to grow their business. And I think after the close yesterday, I wasn't tracking these guys, but I think they had earnings. Yeah, it looks like they had earnings after the close, so they beat their numbers in quarter. Wow. Well, let's see. They beat numbers on revenue, but they lost a lot more money than expected. So, all right. So, really a mixed picture here. It doesn't really justify this jump in AI. So, I'm not really sure why it's up so much, frankly. Carlos, like you said, we used to see this. This was like one of the first AI moving stocks, I think, way back when, all of those like 3 years ago. But yeah, it sort of fell off the radar. So it's not a low float. So we can, I'm not honestly sure what to do with it. The price action pre-market doesn't look awesome, to be honest. So it's got the volume, it's in play. I'm skeptical.
Yeah, I think we'll find better things to look at today too, right? So I don't think we need to rush to this one. So we'll come back to it. If we see something great, we can pull it up again. But right now, we'll put it to the side for the most part. F you to you, Peter. I haven't told you that in a while. Here it is.
So exciting. I'm beauty you.
Things, it's funny. Things are just coming out of the woodworks here that we haven't seen in quite a bit. Futu, AI. I mean, these tickers have been basically dead. So here it is. FU2U. Futu is on there. And we're up 7% this morning, 788,000 shares traded. I don't see anything exciting though, right? It's just the pre-market's got a little pop. And it's funny, we make fun of the stock with the name and everything, but I don't think I ever traded this thing, man.
Oh no.
It's not a great intraday trade, and I don't think I have. If I did, I don't remember. It wasn't significant. I don't think I have partaken in any action here. How about you?
I used to trade it, but yeah, it was a long time ago back because I think the joke started with you and Norm, so that's how far back it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah, goes back, man.
So yeah, I just got to inherit the fun.
Yep.
Looks like they had earnings very early this morning. Looks like they beat their numbers, but their earning levels are fairly low, right? $600 million, what we're talking about. Earnings per share of about $1.96. So I don't know. I like you said, I'm probably not the best target right now. I don't see any mention of their forecast, so whether they're good or bad on the forecast, no idea. But FUTU doesn't sound right to say it that way. FUTU.
Yeah, it sounds perfect that way.
FUTU's yeah, it's got low volume. Really, the pre-market action is not looking fantastic. There are much better things today.
Yeah, I agree. So we'll leave our good buddy, which has a lot of great memories and laughs, to the side here, and let's focus on something else. We'll look at Coles. Someone mentioned Coles is looking for a squeeze here. Maybe they got a high flow, high short interest. But this morning they're up 6.4, 505,000 shares traded. Again, I really am not a fan of this stock. I think it's just the lack of volume and the lack of volatility. But Peter, today's their day. Looks like they're doing something here. Pre-market looks horrible though. Like I get the volume, the 505,000. Where is it? I mean, this looks brutal.
Yeah, Kohl's is one of those that does not typically trade much pre-market. It is a NYSE stock, so again, every time you see one that's on the New York Stock Exchange, understand that pre-market volume doesn't always reflect its trading activity after the open. That being said, it isn't one of the better trading stocks typically. They did have earnings this morning. They beat, surprise beat actually. People were expecting Kohl's to have a much worse performance than they did. They managed to claw back some of their losses. They only lost 13 cents a share versus an expected 22 cents a share. So that's pretty significant win on the bottom line. They actually also said that they were going to hold their guidance. So didn't improve it, but right these days, like I keep saying, holding your guidance is as good as saying that you're going to increase it, frankly. So, because, look, all the retailers, or a lot of the retailers we've been seeing, have been calling off their guidance, citing uncertainty with the tariffs. Interesting morning, of course, with uncertainty on the tariffs themselves. So it probably makes sense for Kohl's to hold their guidance. Whether they are actually able to time that with last night's news, I'm not sure. But either way, they're getting a little bit of a bump this morning. Might be in play. I find it hard to trade. It will move in unexpected directions and very quickly. So be careful if you want to pay attention to this one.
Yeah, Tendi in chat was mentioning that their short flow interest above 50% is pretty high. So you can't see a squeeze in here if we start getting into those areas. Again, what we don't know is,
Wow.
okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't even
Yeah.
notice that. It's absolutely right. 53,
Mm-hmm.
almost 54% on the short float. That is
Yeah.
very high. Yeah.
It's extremely high. But my question is, Peter, I mean, you might have some thoughts on this. Right, if it's 50%, but all the shorts are sitting at a good area, will it affect? I mean, this thing has been highway to hell. I mean, where are these shorts sitting at? You know what I'm saying? Like, yes,
Yeah.
50%, but let's say 35% of those people are holding above 16. I don't, you might not get that. Like, how would that be determined, right? Like that. I guess we won't know, but it might not squeeze because it's been down so much, right? So
Oh
who
my,
knows?
yeah. Oh
Who
wow, yeah.
knows?
I'm just going back here on the chart. You're absolutely right. This
Oh,
is
it's
at, is it all
messy.
time lows? I mean, if it's not all time lows, I'm back to 2003 right now, 298, 90. So it hasn't been this low since like 1996.
I think
So
I was
okay,
born.
yeah.
How old is this stock?
so so yeah, so that's a great point, Carlos. Usually a high short float, you have a risk of a short squeeze. In this case, unless people just decide it's the opportunity to take profit, you're right. I mean, almost all of these short sellers have got to be in the profit because we're pretty much close to the, well, let's call
Oh
it an
yeah,
all-time low for effective purposes, right? I mean, when you've got a
yep,
30-year, you got to go back 30 years before you find prices this low. There's very
yeah,
few of them that aren't going to be in profit right now. So, unlikely to get a huge squeeze as a result of this, unexpected good news.
yep. Agree. I again, there might be some profit taken that could still create a squeeze, right? We don't have to think of it as
Mhm.
well, like, and then a sense of the way I was thinking, in as you were talking about it. Wait a minute, people could be just taking profits. That can also create the
Yep.
squeeze. So, and not necessarily hitting stop. So yeah, it actually could happen. But yeah, very high short interest should be something to consider. I still think we're going to find better things to look at, but we'll keep an eye on it, guys. If you guys see something, let us know what's going on there. Back to our list here, we do have WRD, which is made its way into our gappers list a couple of times here, up and down. This is We Ride. Again, great ticker name. I don't know how well they're going to trade. I know we've been talking about them, but I have not really had them on the list. And we can't really look at yesterday. Yesterday was messy for everyone. Let's go look at like Friday or something, or Monday. Yeah, it's not great. So not great. I like their daily more than their actual intraday. This is the intraday for the 27th. You can see here's not great volume. So day looks great. Intraday not so much. Peter, what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, they keep drip feeding news. It feels like yesterday after the close, they had some more strong business news as they announced further expansion overseas, or at least outside of China. And we'll have to see. They say they're looking to expand into the UAE and Dubai. So we'll have to see what happens with it all. But I'm not sure it's. I haven't even watched it that much, to be honest, from a trading opportunity. So
Yeah. We'll put it to the side for now. All right, let's see. NVIDIA. Okay, here it is, NVIDIA, which we'll definitely have on the list. Peter, obviously earnings treating NVIDIA very well today.
Well, yeah, that was the big one from last night, as we were, expecting. And really, there was nothing else to watch other than Nvidia. And as you can see, after the close last night, they got the bump. 420 is when their earnings were released, and at 420, they sort of jumped up on their positive earnings outcome. They they did have a big write down for uh, China losses. They got impacted by the fact that they were unable to export some of their products into China, and they took a $4.5 billion write down and said there's probably going to be another $8 billion of revenue lost because of their inability to sell into certain regions of the world. By the way, that's unaffected by tariffs, right? Because that's a separate ruling and separate need for national security. We'll have to see what that does. Doesn't seem to be much of a drag on NVIDIA, though, does it? I mean, as the stock is up, it's up, with news on the market too. But I noticed they didn't move up as much as some of the other companies. From a forecasting point of view, they've been actually pretty quiet on their forecast. They more or less, as far as I could tell, I was just looking here. I don't think they actually made any statements as to what they expect to have happen. They're probably taking a very cautious approach, I would think, talking about the write down, but not specifically saying what that's going to mean for their forecast, other than the revenue side. So. I'm not sure what to make of NVIDIA. I mean, it's in play. It's always in play. But today, what's it going to do in terms of reaction to this? Probably go up. That's what NVIDIA typically does.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
Probably go up.
see.
But we are at an interesting spot where I don't feel like it's got all that much more room to go up. We were talking about the need, like how far it would have to jump to get to all-time highs, and it didn't really get all that close, right? Like we're at 140 now. It's a great price, much better than where we were sitting in the previous couple of weeks, obviously. It's got some work. I mean, to move up another $15 or so to get to a new all-time high, or $12, I suppose, technically. It feels like a big stretch. So let's find out together. I'm going to be watching it. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely have it in play here. One of the things I saw is that $8 billion hit they took on the restriction, that it's not a big deal. Like it's just they kind of played off like it's not a problem. We'll be okay. It's not going to affect our bottom line here. So that's pretty good, man. 8 billion. It's not pocket change for a stock company like this. All right, let's take a look, friends. What else do we like here? Let's take a look at our gappers list, heading back to tradingterminal.com. So NVIDIA is on deck for sure. NVTS, I believe we spoke about this yesterday. NVTS, let's take a quick look. And yes, we did. It was in play as it was high flying here, so you can see on the daily. In today's kind of still up 4%. It did gap up and sold off. Today's gapping up as well. And already in the pre-market, you're seeing some sell-offs from the pre-market highs. I'm not a big fan of these type of tickers, lower price stock. It is not a low flow. It's at 117 million. It is a lower price, but again, I don't trade these lower $10 stocks well. So I usually try to stay above $20. Again, this is my personal preference. I think the price action on these lower price can be a little bit different than the higher price stuff. But it is in play. 4.6 million shares traded. If you do like these type of stocks, definitely add it to your list. Peter, looks like a continuation of the last couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is. Remember, the news yesterday was that NVIDIA, that we were just talking about, was investing in them. This feels like a pretty normal sort of price action and pullback. I don't think it's going to be in play. Look at the volume. Look at the volume. It's sort of half yesterday what it was the day before. So, yeah, the fun seems to be over.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see here. What else we have? Okay, going back. MRVL. Man, what is this stock? It's another one that Marvell. I know we see it a lot. I never traded it. I don't like the way it trades. I don't like the price action. Again, I'm just not the best person to talk about this one, Peter. What's your thoughts on this thing? I usually just keep it off my list.
Yeah, I used to watch it. I did trade it a while back. And this is Marvel, not Marvel, but anyways, they we only typically see it around earnings time. So in this case, they changed their guidance. Their revenue guidance is lower than expected. So I guess it's just got floated here with the overall market in the move up, because they basically should have gone down on that news. Look, volume's only 600,000 shares. I wouldn't be paying a lot of attention to it. It's probably not going to be one of the better movers compared to some of the other good stuff that we've got out here.
Yep, absolutely. All right, let's move on down here, friends. We looked at some of these up here. Let's go down the list a little bit. So we got some of the quantum stuff also making their way up here. We got QUBT. I thought I saw IonQ here, but maybe not. But here is QUBT. So let's look at that one and the rest of the quantum stuff this morning. So QUBT right now, we are up 3.6, 1.3 million shares traded on the daily. Again, just kind of after some really great moves, we're just kind of stuck here, right? We haven't really moved a whole lot in the last couple of days. So we'll see what takes place here. This morning, I am seeing some volume. Let's take a look at QBTS. What do we have here? Volume, but not really moving a whole lot, right? 2.1 million shares traded. So I do want to watch one of these. I'm probably going to go with QUBT on here. This got 1.4 million shares traded, up 3.4. Pre-market action looks a little bit active, not great, but it's starting to look better ever since it looks like 8 a.m. candle, right? You can see how nicer this thing is looking. So let's see how it continues to play out here. And I do obviously like the daily a lot here. I mean, this stock has been trading very, very well, especially in the last 2 to 3 weeks. So Peter, I'll be watching this one. Any favorites of you on your end that you're going to be keeping an eye on today out of quantum?
Well, QBTS is always my favorite to watch, just because it gets the most volume. But I don't think this sector is particularly in play, especially not if we're talking tariff news, right? Then we're going to want to watch all the ones that are more directly impacted by tariffs. So.
Yep, agreed. We'll have I'll add also QBTS as well, because you're right, they do get some pretty good volumes. I'm going to add that to our secondary also. All right, and then let's take a look here. We have AMD. Let's talk semis, right? So we have AMD here. I do see some other ones as well. So AMD this morning probably moving, obviously, with the sentiment with NVIDIA. But they're up 2.3, 948,000 shares traded. I mean, I won't be watching them because I'll just keep my eyes on NVIDIA today. But Peter, will you be having AMD on deck this morning?
I always keep it there. It's more sentimental now than anything. I've really switched to NVIDIA as the primary semiconductor stock that I like to watch. So, but yeah, it's always there.
All right, awesome. All right, and then I see some favorites, SMCI. Let's take a look at that one. We'll look at JD. I mean, this list is growing. We're not going to be able to get through everything here, so we'll hop around a little bit. SMCI this morning up 3.5, 1.1 million shares traded. I mean, it's the last couple of days, it hasn't moved a whole lot. We've been watching this one here. You can see on the dailies, very, very quiet compared to some of the days that we have seen in the past. We're getting at least some type of movement. It hasn't been that great. Today they got the volume. They're up 3.4. Nothing special about the pre-market that I see here. Is it worth watching? I think so. I do like the way SMCI trades when it is in play. It can be a little bit funky. I don't think today necessarily is heavily in play, but we'll like to see how the market open treats this one. And we always seem to get great volume out of SMCI. So, and I do see any other semis here, Peter, that you want to talk about?
Semis, not really. No, I see in the room people are mentioning TEM. That was one that had some surprising moves there yesterday.
Yeah, this thing fell apart, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What was the news on it? What was the news on it again? Why they?
I don't even remember. What was TEM? Oh, there was a hit report. Yeah, somebody put
That's the
out
hit
a
report,
report saying that they might have had some improper, basically that they were faking their AI results, and that they may be misrepresenting the status or state of their technology. So,
Aren't they all doing the same thing? I mean, why are you picking on these guys?
I
They're all
mean,
just hypothetical numbers of quantum
yes, but
physics and.
it is a little bit of a different animal if you're actually going into trade shows and or making presentations and faking the results of your AI searches. So,
Yeah,
but
agree. Got to put in that word in there. In theory, got to put it in the
Yeah, yeah.
bottom in the captions.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, in theory, non-confirm,
Yeah.
pending patent, whatever. Just put that in there. You'll be fine. You know, like come on, there's ways around this. Whoever messed this up should be fired. All right, so let's look at Baba. There's some other Chinese tickers as well. JD, I see them on here. We'll hop back up and cover some other ones too, like Tesla. Baba this morning, yeah, up 2%, 601,000 shares traded. But again, look at Baba's daily. It has not been fun. You can see here how small the trading days have been. So I haven't had any luck compared to how they used to trade not so long ago. I mean, look at these beautiful days here, right? Much, much better. Now it's like they're in this very tiny movement. They're gapping up and down. They're moving on the daily, but intraday, they're just not giving us what we need here. So I'm not going to be watching them today. JD's another one that's on the list also. They're up 4.5, some volume as well. This one looks a little bit better as far as the intraday action, but I don't see anything great here. Now, this is what I'm saying. Like, this tariff stuff, shouldn't this thing be like popping higher? I don't. We need more information. I think that so something's wrong here. Like, if you're Alibaba, what about PDD? These guys should be like high flying. So what's the deal? They don't believe the news. They think it's fake news about the judges blocking this stuff here. PDD, same thing. It's not doing anything. I don't know. Something's funky. Seems funky. All right, friends. Let's stop here. One more. Actually. Tesla. Let's look at Tesla. Obviously, Tesla will be on the list. Daily looks great here. I know Elon's with some statements. Peter, I'm not sure if you caught that yesterday or this morning about removing himself from what was that? Doge, as he did promise at the end of the month. So he kind of confirmed that as well. And I don't see Tesla doing a whole lot. A little bit of volume, but again, it's always fun to watch Tesla. Are you going to be having these guys on deck?
He's yeah, I mean, I think absolutely Tesla's always in play, and yeah, he's been doing a few interviews, so it's interesting that he's been out there saying he's 100% back focused 24/7 on Tesla, which of course is what Tesla shareholders want to hear. He's also been making some statements counter to the administration. He sort of expressed some disappointment in the big beautiful bill, saying that it goes against what he was trying to accomplish at Doge. Obviously, introducing about $4 trillion worth of new debt. I think he also interesting. I was watching a little clip with him this morning where he said, you know how he always goes that one step too far, and maybe in this case he was just like. I think a bill could be big. I think it could be beautiful. I don't think it could be both. So I don't know that you had to add that, right? Like if you were supportive of the administration, you probably could have just stayed silent on that part. But anyways, he's not one to stay silent, is he? So
Yeah, it just shows you, man. Even a big supporter is not an improvement of some of the stuff that Trump is doing. It happens on both sides. Both sides.
yeah,
You can
all the
never.
time.
You just can never be 100% happy. There's always some negative stuff on there. All right, let's see here. So let's see. Tesla's good. We're going to have it on deck. So right now on my list, guys, NVIDIA, Tesla, QUBT, QBTS. I forgot to add SMCI on my secondary list. If I don't find anything else that I like a lot, I could move some of these up to my primary list here. But for right now, that's what I have. Peter, as far as the gap up list, it keeps growing and growing. There's more on here. Anything that you like that we haven't covered this morning?
Yeah, a couple of earnings on the gap up. Well, actually, really only one I think we haven't talked about, and that's Foot Locker. Surprised to see them gapping up, frankly, because well, we know that previously they had some news about, sort of getting sold basically, and wasn't a good news. But in the quarter, they had their performance. They did miss their numbers, it looks like. But they're gapping up with the market. Interestingly, they only delivered 1.79 billion of revenue versus 1.85, and their earnings were right on target. So I was a little surprised to see them gapping up, but here they are. Other than that, yeah, I got a couple on the gap down list from an earnings point of view that we can talk about as well.
All right, excellent question here from Jose over on YouTube. He's asking, what's the difference between the primary list and the secondary list? If you're new, my primary list is what I'm going to be having on my charts, right? As I'm monitoring the market open. And then the secondary list, I'll just keep on the watch list there. I won't be watching those closely. And if the primary list doesn't do very well, then we can move something from the secondary list up. But the primary list is what I'm actually watching right at the market open. That's what's going to be front and center. All right, gapping down, friends. You can always get this list here from tradingterminal.com. So head on over there. You can get this amazing list, plus other scanners that become active when the market does open. First one on here is going to be NTLA. I could tell you, some of these tickers are all garbage. I'll tell you right now. I'm going to save you some time. A lot of these, we've seen them before. You know, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's roll that truck really early, to kind of get used to for what's coming. It's a lot of garbage in here, friends. All right, let's go through it. So first one's NTLA. I mean, down 23%. Love the gap down. And again, I don't like this ticker. I don't think it trades very well intraday action. But today, Peter, it looks like they're getting hurt pretty bad here. So what's driving them this morning?
Yeah, so biotech, interesting biotech news here. That there's some safety concerns they're in a phase 3 trial of something called magnitude, and there's some safety concerns that have been made, I guess, about this treatment. That's taking them down. Obviously, when you get to a phase 3, you usually expect things to be pretty straightforward, and you're just going through to final trials. But anyways, the safety update was not good, and that's taking them down. So this might be in play. I don't normally like to trade these. Is this a low float? I didn't actually even look at the float. Hold on a sec. It is not a low float, but obviously they put a lot of stake in this, down 23%. I'm surprised the volume is sitting under 1 million shares. If it had a little more volume, I would actually be interested in this. Right now, I sort of actually like the news for a short trade. Don't like the fact that there's not more volume on it.
Yeah, I same. I'm not in love with it. We'll look at some other ones on here. This is Sentinel One. We've seen it before. They're also gapping down pretty big, actually, 15%, 1.3 million shares traded, Peter. So we do got some volume on here again, but for the most part, they don't get a whole lot of volume. Look at this daily; they're really light on volume. Again, just won't be on my list, man. These companies are very difficult to trade.
I agreed. That's all I can say. I agree with that. They are difficult to trade. I usually avoid them.
Next one I see here is EOSE. EOSE Energy. I think we've seen this before, but Energy Enterprise also making some moves here. We're down 16%, 3.8 million shares traded. I don't know how well this is going to trade. Again, lower price stock, not a low flow. All these that we looked at so far are big floats, right? They're just, some of them are just lower price, but again, not something that's going to be on my list.
Yeah, the secondary offering, not normally the best news. They're trying to raise another $175 million. So, it doesn't create tradable opportunities.
Yeah. All right, moving on down through some of this. I can't say that, but moving down to some of this list here that we were going through. HOLO here, we were down 17%, 453,000 shares traded. It had we spoke about this one yesterday, Peter, actually, because it had some activity, and it actually did pop up pretty good. If you look at the daily here, going from about 570 to almost 12. Again, not bad. It's a very, very big move. Today they're giving some of that back. Looks like the fun might be over, but second day play for this one here, Micro Cloud, and we do have barely any shares for sure on this one. Wow. What's your thoughts on it, man? It's a big move yesterday. Second day play for sure, but it's all about how well is it going to trade.
Yeah, I don't love it. I think that second day plays are often not as good as other opportunities, and with broader news in the market, it feels like this is not the place to go.
Yeah, yep. Agreed. HPQ, another one that doesn't trade very well. We barely see this stock on here. They're down today 10% with what seems to be some kind of pre-market trading. Is this earnings on HPQ? We never see these guys.
Probably. I hadn't actually looked up this one. Was it this morning? No, I don't see earnings on them this morning. All right, let me find out what's going on. Yeah, it looks like they had earnings after the close yesterday, and they cut their profit guidance. So they say they were citing tariffs and said that that's going to have a big impact on their international business. And they were cutting their guidance as well as missing their in-quarter forecast. So.
All right. Awesome. Don't like it. We'll move on. Let's look at Joby here. It's another one on deck. Let's see what we got going on. Joby had a big day yesterday, gapped up and did actually move $1 or so. Today they're giving some of that back. They're down 1.3 million shares traded. Not that much shares for sure. It's only 600,000. So that might not be around by the time, depending on how many people go short on this thing, you might have trouble shorting it with interactive brokers. That is. All right. Let's go down. Anything to add on this one, Peter? We kind of spoke about it yesterday. Not much to see there.
Yeah, nothing new here.
All right. And next on here is going to be, last but not least, and we made it through this list, guys, HESM. So HESM, this is just garbage. I mean, this is nothing to really see here. They're down. That's Hess. That's Hess, like the truck, like the Christmas truck. Is that the
truck?
same?
Oh yeah.
Is this these guys? Yeah. Oh man, that's
I don't.
yeah.
I guess so.
Is it them or they have they have to have like a parent company? I don't right.
I don't know.
Hess.
I'm not sure if this is like Hess Midstream, an oil and gas company. Is that the same one? I don't know. I don't know.
Could be. That is dumb, says
That's
Matt.
them?
Okay.
Matt,
Yeah.
that's
All right.
All right.
Okay. Good. So there it is. So Hess. Yeah.
Anyways, it's only here because they have a secondary offering. They're issuing another 15 million shares at 37 and a quarter per share. Look where the price is. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. It's not gonna be tradable. We'll leave that alone. All right. And I think that is it, guys. Peter, as far as the gap down, anything you like this morning that we haven't talked about?
BBY. I always want to call it Bed Bath and Beyond. That is not it. This is Best Buy. Best Buy had didn't have as good a quarter as they were hoping. They're one of the few that are red, despite the uplift from the market. It did not carry over for them. They typically trade low volume pre-market, which is what we're seeing. But yeah, they missed their number. Well, sort of missed their numbers. They basically did exactly on revenue, and they did slightly better on earnings. That being said, once again, they cut their guidance because of tariffs. So they said that the Trump's tariffs are having an impact on their business, and they're significantly cutting their forward-looking guidance. So interesting that they had earnings this morning, and even after the news, they chose not to change that statement and are cutting their guidance. So maybe they're trying to get the bad news out of the way for them, so that if the tariffs do get blocked, they'll just have a better than expected quarter, and they'll be able to take a lift from it. Not sure what their motivation is, but at this point, they significantly cut their guidance, which is what is taking them down lower than their close of yesterday.
Don't believe it, but we'll go with it. I don't think that's the reason. I think you're just struggling. But hey, if you could find that as the reason to blame it, like I said, this is your escape card. Use it. So.
Yeah. The one that's weird for me is LI. So we know LI Motors. This is a Chinese EV company. Followed it for a while. It hasn't traded a lot of volume. It's under 1 million shares. They had earnings. I was having trouble figuring out exactly what their earnings were, because the numbers seem to be out of whack with expectations. They one report that I was reading said they were expected to deliver almost 24 billion of revenue and only delivered 4. Well, that seems wrong. Especially when another report was saying that they delivered 93,000 vehicles in the quarter, which is about 13% growth year over year. So I feel that there's some incorrect numbers happening out there. I've also seen reports anywhere from 8 to 17 cents per share in terms of earnings. So it's a little confusing exactly what's happening. But they had earnings. they had earnings. I'm just not sure what actually happened.
All right, there you go. All right, we'll see, friends. I think. Wait, I only have NVIDIA. I only have NVIDIA and Tesla on my list. I need more than this. Let's see what you guys like this morning. Let's go over just 2 or 3 because we are running really late on time here. Just so much to look at. But
Yeah.
let's take a look just at a few, maybe 2 or 3 that we can take a look at here. So let's go over in both chats, looking at our
Oh,
main chat here. Yeah, what's up?
I want to give a shout out to our chat room, QUBT, just popping up here in the last few minutes, and it was mentioned in the chat room that
Yeah.
they had some news catalyst on this. So it looks like they're going to be joining the Russell 2000 and Russell 3000 indexes. So look at this, quantum
Mm,
being added into some of the indexes. It's got a little lift on
yeah.
that, so that might create a tradable opportunity, being that news just broke.
All right, so I'm just gonna move this QUBT up to my main list. We'll keep QBTS in the secondary list there, and that should be fun. That should be fun. Let's see what happens. All right, let's see Amazon being mentioned. Let's take a look. We'll look at Reddit next. We'll do just a few because we gotta get going here on time. Amazon, for the most part, is probably like every other Max 7. Slightly higher today with the overall market news on tariffs. Right, tariffs being blocked or not happening are good for companies, and they're going to obviously do well on that. So if you look at Amazon. I'm sure probably Microsoft and some other ones are going to be doing well as well. So Meta slightly higher. They're all slightly higher. Amazon obviously looks the best because they're more effective because they sell stuff, right? So these guys look pretty good. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to add them to my list. Amazon looks good. 1.1 million shares traded, up 1.8. Looks good this morning. Next, I saw Reddit also being mentioned in our chat. Let's take a look here. Reddit this morning, we are up 2.6. I don't see anything explosive on it. I know they're up, and I do like this ticker, but I don't see. Hold on, I don't see anything explosive right here. So up 2.6, 432,000 shares traded. Yeah, I don't see anything great. Their day looks interesting, but outside of that, I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, Peter.
Looks like they're also going to be added to the Russell 3000 index. So
Oh, looks like nobody
there you
cares
go.
that much at the moment. QBT is getting action. They're just like, whatever. They probably don't even know what company it is. I'm sure some people have no idea what Reddit is, like at all. Like they just are not even familiar the way like me and you and some other ones are. Let's see here. Google up 1.1, 3.5, same thing. All these Max 7s are just kind of all hanging out here a little bit higher this morning. I'm going to go with NVIDIA today. And as we get closer to the market up, we'll find some other things to look at. Going to look at, okay, I'll look at Apple too. Let's see. Apple. Same thing, guys. Same thing. It's just a little bit slightly higher. Big move last night. This is the tariff move you saw here, right? This is the play. Boom. Really nice. And then now it's just kind of tailing off a little bit. But hopefully at the market open, we'll get some action out of this one. All right, last one. We'll look at Hood. And I think I missed some other ones. Trust me, guys. We'll get to them as we're done with some of the activities here. Hood pre-market up 2.3. Love the daily on it. I'm not seeing anything great pre-market, but does not mean that it cannot trade very well. I do like the way Hood trades. I do like this daily here. We'll add it to our secondary list for now. Perfect. All right, friends, let's take you over to what's happening in our community. You can always check that. Head over to bearwithtraders.com. Click on webinars so you can always see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. Today is beautiful, rainy, green grass Thursday. So let's go there.
I like it that it's Carlos talking about his lawn. So that's great.
So good.
Yes, we do have activities today, and it's Mentorship Day. Thursday is when we always have our mentors out helping our community, as we always do. We start with our mentorship session in the evening. That's at 8 o'clock. It's very popular. It's Thor's signature event. So that's happening 8 o'clock tonight, as always. And then during the day, we've got 2 different sessions for you to take advantage of at 11 and noon. So we got our trend trading mentorship that happens at 11, and at noon it flips over to Jared, who's going to be talking options specifically. So if you want to take advantage of those will be in the webinar room, so all of our elite members can attend that. So 11, 12, and 8 o'clock today. Hopefully you'll take advantage of those sessions. Like we always say, if you want to join us here at Bearable Traders, we'd love to have you. Go check out the membership options. You just go to bearablетraders.com and you can find it. Just scroll down. They're right there. And you can join using the intro offer right up to the Elite Annual, which we still have on sale right now. So great deal, $11.99. It's 50% off the regular price. Hopefully you will consider taking advantage of that. Whether you do or not, and you're watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. We appreciate that. Helps, makes us feel warm and fuzzy. And according to local legend, I get paid off of them, so it helps me with the
Yes,
paycheck. Which not true, by the way.
absolutely.
But I now like the fact that I've convinced Carlos that he's missing out because I'm getting paid with every like.
Yes, there's a check being sent somewhere, and I'm not getting a cut out of it.
Yeah.
All good. All right, friends. All right, let's get to it. We'll do some levels here, and then we'll get ready for our traders that are going to be joining us here shortly. But let's start here by looking at NVIDIA. Only four on my main watches right now, so we'll do those four. We might add some as we get closer to the market open, as we see how things develop here. So NVIDIA, again, earnings last night doing very well. 143.84 is your high of your pre-market. The low is hanging out at 141.34. So we'll slam two levels there. Then we have the nice gap up, as you can see here on the daily, right? So nice gap up over the last couple of days, getting over this area where we're just kind of going sideways. Just a lot of sideways action here, not really doing anything. And this is kind of what we've been stuck in the last couple of days. We just have not been getting any explosion in the overall markets, but today we're seeing something out of NVIDIA. If we go to the left, you can see we are hitting some areas of support and resistance over the last between the span of October and almost February. So right in here, you can see that this is your high, this is your low of your pre-market. That is where you're hitting those targets there. Towards the bottom, great level. I know it's hard to see on your screen, but I can try to draw something here. Right over here, 139.35, I think it's worth having. Plenty of stuff happening there. And then above that, we do have an area 146.72. And right up here also 149.65. Once you do that, you're pretty set on NVIDIA. We'll see how this plays out today and where it's going to go. Great volume, 18 million shares as you would expect, up almost 6%. Here's Tesla also doing well on the daily. Did break out in the last couple of days, pulled back yesterday a little bit, but we're up again today, up 2.5. A couple of comments from Elon Musk. They're kind of confirming his departure for Doge, and also not so happy about other things. But nevertheless, the stock is liking the situation right now. They're up 2.5 and doing well. Volume also 3.4. Plus tariff news also affects Tesla greatly. Let's take a look here. We'll start with 375.20. Good level there. And then over here, 387.97 towards the top. And then if you look at towards the bottom, you're pretty much set. I don't think you need to add anything else. You have the highs and lows for the last two trading days, plus the previous day close right on there. So you're pretty set when it comes to that. Next, QUBT. Again, some news about this joining the Russell 2000, I believe we mentioned. 13.95. Yep, excellent. 13.95 is the high of the pre-market. So again, so just positive news for them, right? As they get more eyes on them and more activity. And is this no, this is not the all-time high one. QBTS, I believe, is one that's all-time highs. But this one here, trying to get going. If we look over to December, we do have some daily levels we can pick off. This is clearly a big level here, 17. Obviously a whole dollar swell, but you can see how much support resistance you have there. And then above that, we have 19 as well. 19.12 doing a pretty good job. Right in here, this is not a major level. You only have really 2 days that I see. You have this one closing here, finding support, and then you have this one also bouncing off here. So coming back down and bouncing off that 15.20. It's worth marking down, but it's not a major level like the 17 and the other ones that are up a little bit higher. Towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last two trading days. Do not need to add anything else. You're looking pretty good there. Last but not least is going to be Amazon, and all of the Max 7s look very similar to what Amazon is doing. I like Amazon better just because, tariffs and everything else do affect them more. They affect every company, but these guys, since they do a lot of selling and importing and all this other stuff, it can affect them a little bit more here. So 211.76, 211.76 high of the pre-market. So we'll slam a level there, and then over here, right in the middle, we have 210.30. That's a great one there as well. Towards the bottom, you don't need to add anything else. I mean, look how jammed this is with all kinds of levels, highs and lows, previous day close. I mean, don't make it more complicated than what it needs to be. And then towards the top above the pre-market high, 214.85. It's a great level there. And then just in case, another one in case we go parabolic here. I don't think that's the case, but just to be prepared, 218.92 towards the top is a great level on the daily with tons of support here. All right, that's my list, guys. NVIDIA, Tesla, QUBT, Amazon. Peter, what is our team watching this morning?
All right, our team has got a lot of different things on their list today, starting with Lenny, who's watching NVIDIA, AMD, Tesla, and Amazon, some usual suspects. And if he finds a perfect trade, he might consider HPQS, and CRM. Avi is watching, well, The Spy, as he always does. So there you go. He's focused. He's dialed in. Mike's going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, and the scanners. Megan, focusing right in on NVIDIA. Phil is going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, Google, Meta, and of course the market indices overall. Brendan's going to be watching NVIDIA, QUBT, and Apple. Nathan watching AMD and the Magnificent Seven. Brian's going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, QUBT, and ELF. Not one we talked about. ELF on that. I'm going to be watching the usual three in Tesla, NVIDIA, and PLTR. I'll also keep an eye on Apple. We didn't actually talk about Apple, but I think with this tariff news, I mean, they were in like right in the crosshairs for the Trump administration on very specific tariffs, I guess, that were being cited. So we'll see what happens with that and if they have any impact today, as well as Coles. I might just keep an eye on for fun. Eamon's got a potential long in Apple, and Jared's going to be watching NVIDIA, CRWV, CRM, QBTS, and AI. And he posted a meme I love. The most interesting man in the world, Jared, says, I don't always bear up, but when I do, it's to trade parabolic shorts. So, all right. There you go. So
Very nice.
You may have heard my alarm while we were doing that. That means that we are less than 5 minutes away from the open, about 4 minutes now. So let's go.
Yeah, friends, let's do it. All right, I see Brian is on. Good morning, Brian. We're going to disconnect from chat. Guys, have a great trading day, and we'll see you guys a little bit later.
Take care, everybody. Trade smart.
All right, so we're off from there. We'll let Brian and the team do their thing there, and we'll focus here on YouTube. All right, so let's get ready for our setup. We have our 1 minute here, and we have our 5 minute. So I was looking up this Hess situation. So Hess got sold to Petroleum Speedway, but they kept the toy business. Looks like they kept the marathon. Because if you go to the Hess site, the toy site, it looks very different than what they used to have. It looks more organized. Looks way more organized. All right, interesting. It's good. It's good tradition. It was nice to see those commercials during Christmas time. See those trucks coming up. All the fun stuff.
I don't know these. You were throwing me with that because that's not.
You haven't seen it? No, even in you probably even see them in Canada. Well, maybe not as much in Canada, but these Hess toys. Okay. I'm sure you've seen them. There's not
it
a
sounds
thing in Canada?
vaguely familiar, but I honestly, it's not a
Hess trucks. Oh man, it's a big thing. Anyway, we're getting close to Christmas. You start seeing the Hess trucks. I forgot the words. This year, the Hess truck, they got the whole song going. Oh, it's a beautiful thing, and they've been doing it for years. So it's like a lot of tradition on it.
Cultural thing. I'm not aware of. Okay.
Yeah. They got the memory lane
out there from Canada. Am I just like out of the loop, or is this not a thing? I don't think it's a thing in Canada.
It's not a thing. Okay.
I don't think so.
All right, there we go. But big stuff. All right, friends. Let's get going. We are set. 1 minute, 5 minute, and we got Peter on both screens. And let's get ready to rock and roll.
All right.
Hess Trucks toys have been around since 1964, Ben. Yeah, it's a long time, man. I mean, I remember since I was a kid. Every time those commercials came on, you knew Christmas was getting close. And
you knew Christmas is coming.
That's right.
All right.
Never heard of them in Louisiana, really? Okay.
Huh. Okay, maybe it's a Northeast thing. I don't know.
I guess.
All right, what am I going to watch here? I'm going to put Coles over here. Got to put QUBT. Apple, PLTR.
All right.
Maybe I should watch FUTU. It's not doing anything though.
Yeah, it's not looking great.
Netflix,
I thought with some of the news today, I thought we were going to have more that we were going to like. I mean, the gappers list is huge, but there's not a whole lot that looks great, right? Like, we'll see. We'll see how the market opens.
It's an interesting pattern how it moved up so much after the news last night, and we'd been selling off pretty much all morning. So I don't know
Right.
what to expect. Be a little careful when the opening bell rings here in about 30 seconds,
Yep. Yep.
because the big money, right? The big money may not feel as buoyant about the removal of the tariffs temporarily, I suppose. I don't know,
Yeah.
as we may hope. So let's see what happens here. Um, Nvidia's green. I don't know where any of this stuff is going. All right,
All
here
right.
we
That's the
go.
bell. Let's rock and
That
roll,
is it.
friends. All right. Let's see
Rock and
here.
roll, baby.
All right. Thank you, Ben. Yes, guys, like and subscribe. This help us out a ton. Really, really appreciate it. Your support there. So thank you for that. All right. Tesla moving down. NVIDIA. Amazon. QBT. Showing some strength here. I like QBT's pre-market action too, man. Nice and clean in the 5-minute. Really nice. Levels on QBT.
This is not good.
What happened?
I tried to go short on Tesla, and it was hanging out there for too long. I don't like the look of that. See what happens here.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I'm out.
Whoa.
Oh, and
Good
there it
job
is.
getting out.
There's the
Good job
top.
getting out. Because look at this thing. That was
Should have taken some profit when it popped down to the 364, but I was looking for more, so we'll
yeah.
see. Just got out of that.
SMCI, Hood. Man, some things taking off really strong here out of the gates, guys. QUBT, if you have a strategy for that, that was a nice breakout above the pre-market highs. Tesla slingshot move to the top here. These 1-minute ORB breakouts are, again, they can be very lucrative, but they're hard. You get stopped out a lot. So, but if you do trade the 1-minute ORB, Tesla gave you a nice one there as well. Nice, Rhino. Yeah. No, yeah, it looks like this is less bigger than what I thought. The Hess truck. I thought like everybody knew about this, but me in my own little world here. It's not as common, I guess. All
There
right,
we go.
Amazon. Did
I
you get
got
back
back
in on Tesla?
on
Yeah,
Tesla, yeah. Just took a partial. I got this pump. This time I was taking the partial at 364. I wasn't going to let that pass. Got a
very
little bit of a
nice.
better entry too on the in at 366. Took a partial at 364.
The trading on it, man, is so like weird
Yeah,
right now. Nice flush here would be great. Just break that.
yeah. I
What is
need a
that? Low
big
of the.
flush there.
Yeah, I like it here though, below the V up like that. If it can stay there, it'd be great.
Yeah,
It's just
I'm out at
so
break
all over the
even on the
place.
rest. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not.
glad you took that partial because it is all over the place right now, man. Look at it right back up. In this range, like just to show you guys, look how big this range is. This is 360, 376. And this up here, we'll call it here, it's 367. You got like a $3, $4 moves in some cases here.
Yeah.
It is all over the place.
I
I
got
actually
it
might
here.
end up selling off again.
Coles went up. NVIDIA popping up here right now. Some strong
Yep.
topside volume.
Really, really nice. That's a beautiful breakout. That is awesome. POTR. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. Steven, you take this POTR. I love the drop off the view up here. It's a great short. Oh, look at SMCI. SMCI could be a good 5-minute ORB. I like the setup on the 1 minute and the 5 minute close to VWAP. Let's see how this candle closes here. This could be a good. The risk to reward is there. Don't leave just yet. Come on. Oh, don't do that. It's not gonna wait for me.
As I mentioned, NVIDIA, I'm trying to trade more at the open, as you guys may notice. I tried to take a long here in NVIDIA just over the 243. It's hoping to get up to the next dollar, but now it's pulling back here to my break even. Let's see what.
Wait, NVIDIA 243? No.
In 143. Sorry.
140. Okay, got it. Make sure I had the right ticker. Gotcha.
Yeah, no, it's.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep an eye on both Tesla and NVIDIA.
Yeah, that's yeah. I get it. I get it, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if we're gonna make anything on NVIDIA here. I was hoping for the big run. I just never seem to have any luck at these at the open. It's Andrew. It always drives me crazy how he just okay, I'm out. I just don't like. Yeah. Somehow he always jumps in and the thing just runs on him and he makes $1 trillion. And every time I try, I fail. So, I'm just not good at picking the spots.
Let's see. And Tesla. Oh, we got Mike in chat. Mike, where are you today? We can't keep track of Mike. He's in Germany. He's in Europe. He's in London.
I know. He was
Dominican Republic.
In Monaco. He was in
South
Italy.
Of France, hanging out with Bad Bunny, and I just don't know what he's doing nowadays. The guy, it's like I don't understand.
Bad Bunny.
All right. Yeah, he's got like a popular video down there in South of France. All right, let's see here. Tesla. Nice. Good for you, man. Good for you. Just traveling the world. Love it. Man, Tesla what's going on with Tesla? It's very random, but I think it's just gonna explode in one direction and just take off, and I want to be part of that action if it does. Just gotta wait and see what direction that's gonna be. As we're looking at this, I see Paris has joined Brian. They're both in chat, and Paris is short Tesla, which I do like that short too. It's a nice short. Nice short. Oh, but look at Tesla. It's just playing crazy right now. Good morning, Taz. Good morning on YouTube. Yeah, welcome, guys. Good morning. No trades for me yet. Robbie's waiting for the first 15 minutes. Nice. Want to wait for that volatility to die down. Good. What else? Tesla is giving all the signals for sure. Like, look at all these wicks. Look at just the selling pressure is just everywhere here. But if you get in for sure, your stop's got to be way above this. You can't have it here because look how it keeps going back and forth. As long as it stays below the VWAP, you're in good shape. Paris got out. Why Paris? He got out? I think this thing is going to sell off. He jumped out of
Tesla's just even. Look at the wicks on this thing this morning. It is just crazy.
It is wild. Paris saw something he didn't like, so he's out of it. Amazon, QUBT, SMCI did my trade. Oh man, look at SMCI. This would have not worked out for me if I would have taken this long. What an engulfing pattern on the 5-minute on SMCI. Look at that right there. And big drop with continuation. Hood, someone mentioned Hood earlier, also selling off. Alzament Neuro got halted to the downside. This is the low flow stock that was in play this morning. So that's not good. Think things are selling off. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is not a.
Wow.
This news
Hood
is
is
not
really
good. You
selling
don't
it.
want to see, like, we knew we had going on with the tariffs already. Now you're gonna block this, and you don't know what Trump is gonna do now. He's not gonna take that lightly. You know, he's gonna come up with something. Now companies are like, why you gotta go mess around? And now he's gonna come up with something even stronger and stricter, like leave things the way it was, right? So people are not happy with this judge right
Yeah.
now.
Especially being that like he's
You're
under a
rat in
lot
the
of pressure,
cage.
right?
Yeah.
So some reporters are getting bolder. There was some questioning. Was it yesterday or the day before when Trump was a reporter dared ask, how do you respond to people saying that you're chickening out on the on the tariffs? And he's like, "What checking out? What do you mean checking out?" And he said, "No, chickening out." And so he's like, "Chickening out? I made Europe come to the table and they begged me for a meeting. You call that chickening out?" And he sort of went on a little bit of a rant. So it's unusual for him to become on the defensive, right? So
Yeah.
this might
Yeah.
just be another. I'm surprised we haven't seen more sort of active, uh, you know, social media text messaging, um, which, like you said, Carlos, right, certainly will help this market move
Yeah.
one way or
Yep.
the other.
Yep. Amazon. Oh man, Tesla's just nasty. It actually sold off, but it is not good. It is not good. Um,
Look
SMCI.
at the I here. Let me share a screen. We're talking about our good buddy Mike traveling the world, and Mike, it just literally just a minute ago sent me this. Time to enjoy cheese and wine from the store today. Look at him; he's busy shopping, traveling
Very
around
nice.
here. So there you go. Why
Very
can't I
nice.
make
Very
this
nice.
big? I don't know why I can't.
You
But
should be
anyways,
able to. Just double click on it. It should come right up.
I know it should be able to, but double
Oh,
clicking. Oh, it's coming. It's coming over here. That's why
on a
it's
different
going onto the
monitor.
wrong screen.
Okay,
So
there
there
we
you
go.
go. There you go. Now you can see him better.
Yeah, good
So
for him, man.
he's buying his double cream brie cheese and some loaves of bread and some wine. So there he is. That's Mike touring Europe in a nutshell.
That is
So
very nice. Very nice. Uh, SMCI. What a great short. QBT. Everything is selling down. NVIDIA long. NVIDIA long. Yeah, we'll try NVIDIA long. Why not? Let's go. NVIDIA long. Let's see if we can push up higher here. We're bouncing off the VWAP. I would love to get 140, 143.50 high of the pre-market. Let's see what we can get out of this thing. It stays not as great. I thought we were going to see some amazing fireworks today. Oh man, that's loud. Why did that happen? Got some kind of alert going here on my headphones. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can get back up to the VWAP. We got to bounce off the VWAP here. We do have, like, they call this, I don't know if you've seen this, seen this strategy on YouTube, so much stuff on YouTube, but I've seen some people call this a bearish sandwich. You guys heard that before?
bearish sandwich.
Yes, I mean,
Okay.
like the bulls are pushing, the bears are trying, and then this here, like, it's kind of like a bearish sandwich. I mean, this is a direction to go long. So I've seen that before. So many things out there.
Hmm.
But I
All
do like
right.
the 1
Yeah.
minute here. Let's see if it gets going. The sandwiches, right, Ian? Yeah. All right, first trade of the day. Let's see if NVIDIA can deliver as they deliver their earnings so nicely yesterday. And now it's time to hopefully deliver some good trading for us here. Lenny calls it bearish engulfing sandwich. Yes, so something like that. I'm sure that's the technical name, right? So you got the engulfing pattern here, and then if the next candle completely engulfs the next one, then you got that bearish sandwich and also bullish sandwich. So you can get both.
I'm not sure, man.
Tesla.
I want to keep my eating and my trading separate.
Sever, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't trade that strategy. I'm trading it off the VWAP bounce. I don't usually look at that. But now that I know about it, when it comes up, I'm like, oh, there it is. But yeah, I agree. 100%. Um, Man, don't tell me today we're gonna have the same thing. QBT sold off nicely. Amazon, little pop and sell off. QBT, SMCI, great, beautiful short, guys. I wish I was watching that one. It's on my secondary list. I didn't have it in my main list. SMCI would have been a great short. Uh,
Yeah, PLTR had a big pull down this morning.
I
Qubit,
did see that. Yeah. Yep.
QUBT sold off. It's red now.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad I didn't go long. I was gonna go long on that thing.
mhm.
Glad I didn't do that.
Clearly, its adoption into the Russell is not considered as big a news as you might think.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of weight like the SPY does. Like a couple of tickers got into the S&P 500. It was more active. I guess nobody cares
Apparently not.
as much. People care, but not as much. Right, we lose 142 here. We'll give it $1. 142, we'll get out. So $1 stop on this. We'll get ready to pull the trigger here, but it looks like it's just gonna be choppy. Um, just might be going sideways on this thing. All right. We just might get this up and down. Like we might just be stuck in this range. It looks like we shouldn't be though. NVIDIA should be doing some stuff here. Should be
Do some
blasting
do
off.
some stuff,
Do
Nvidia.
some stuff, man. Go up or down. Do something. Raytrix, which one did you get stopped out on? What are you trading today? We're coming up on 142. 142, I'm getting out of this trade, guys. We'll come back into it if it develops. But yeah, we're going to hop out. It keeps coming right to it and bouncing. But level 2 doesn't look like, yeah, we're out of it. It's going to sell off here. Not sure how long it's going to. Little slip is about 12 cents or so. So because I was waiting to see if it was going to bounce or not. But not that bad. All right, let's see here. PLTR, good reversal. QUBT, Tesla. Tesla's just so bad. NVIDIA. NVIDIA's good. We got to wait for it. Oh, Mike had a nice trade on NVIDIA. Good job, Mike. So Mike took it. He took it here. He took out the breakout, the VWAP, and took partials here, here, and here. So good job, man.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, really, really nice VWAP breakout. Let's see, SMCI. Yeah, it's coming up to see. This will be good if we can get our move here on NVIDIA. We haven't had no really good VWAP breakout setups. Let's see if this is one of them. But we haven't had any this week, man. This week has been rough. I got 2 red days this week. Yeah, 2 red days. Small red. One of them was decent, but man, this week is probably gonna be my first red week in a long time. I haven't had a red week in a while, but this probably will be it. Thank God it's a short week. It's not 5 days, only 4. Oh man. But yeah, ever since I came off the vacation, man, the holidays, it's just been so bad. So bad. SMCI is struggling. POTR could be good. Coming up to the VWAP with some momentum here. Let's see if we can get the break, the pullback, and then continuation. We need to see it clean though. Like what we've been getting a lot is this consolidation right below VWAP, and then that has not been working out, right? Like we need that nice one pullback, two pullbacks, and then the breakout. But once it starts consolidating below the VWAP, I noticed that the last couple of days that has not been working well. AI did well. Let's look at AI. AI did do good here. Nice move. Up 28%. What was the news of this one, Peter? What happened with AI?
Earnings. Looks like
Oh,
they
okay,
had a
okay,
mixed
yep.
earnings picture. Yeah.
Why didn't we put AI? I should have put AI on my list. I didn't. That's good news. I'm not sure why I didn't do that. POTR failed. Okay, so it came right to VWAP and just failed, so nothing there. This is the low flow of the day. Halted. It's just moving sideways, no volume. SMCI, QBT, AI. Let's see. Tesla just chop. Eventually sold off a bit here. Made a new low at least. NVIDIA back up. Yeah, we're definitely, there's a lot of selling pressure. Like you mentioned, you look at the Qs, right? We're almost back to where we opened up yesterday. Like we're right in that area. So again, all the fun happened after hours. Like we needed this news here. What's wrong with these judges? We needed this news during the trading day yesterday, so we can take advantage. They do this late at night. They're not thinking about us retail traders. These guys.
Imagine that. They're not thinking about us.
It's unacceptable. You're gonna do this at like at 10 o'clock at night. Who's gonna take advantage of the move then? Like, come on, man.
Well, gotta stay up late, I guess, to trade.
Advance says the judge loaded on SPI call. That's exactly what he did, I'm sure. This is so crooked, man. This is so crazy. All right, here's POTR. All right, let's see if we can get a push. It's coming up on the V up again. SMCI, I think, was trying to do the same thing, but I like POTR much better, I think. So let's see if I get a move here on POTR. Want to see the breakout, the pullback, and then the continuation, the confirmation candle. So let's see. See if POTR can get it done. Hood, I do have Hood on my secondary.
Get her done.
Oh, yeah, Hood's kind of breakout happening right now. Between these two, they both look really good. Thanks, Raytrix. This looks good too. Less volume on Hood, but still looks good. So I'll be watching both closely here. See which ones will give us the move. All right, I think I like POTR better. We got a little breakout, a little pullback. Yeah, they both look great. This is kind of the breakout though. Like it'll have to be, because you're not gonna get another pullback again after this pullback right at VWAP. So this will have to be considered a breakout candle. What's our stop here? Our stop is 64.70. All right, let's yeah. Now let's see. Actually, let's wait. Let's see what this candle does. Pulling back. Looks good. It's not selling off. Yeah, I like this. Let's see here. Previous day close. We're just gone green, so that could also help to be support. Show strength, Hood. You're in. Yeah, it's a good trade, man. I'm waiting to see if we get confirmation. I like it too. I'm probably gonna join as well. Yeah, I like it too. All right, so let's go. So I'm long Hood. I'm also keep an eye on POTR.
Oh,
So
well, okay.
long Hood above the V, above the previous day close, and I'm also watching POTR. I think POTR is gonna do the same move as well. So I might join in on that one also. So let's see. So we're long Hood. Let's see if Hood's gonna work out, and then stop on Hood, guys. 64 for me. 64.80. I don't want to see it go below that. And I do like POTR. So I'm watching Hood on this screen here, but we got POTR on deck here. I'm waiting for a move because POTR could be more. It could be. It can have more of an explosion, right? Hood is like it can do it, but it kind of can struggle, right? So it's trying here. I think it's gonna go, but POTR can really become. Wow, there is so funny. Look at Hood. Here's the previous day close. Here's the VWAP. Look at POTR. Exact same thing. Here's the previous day close. Here's the VWAP. So we are like seeing, trying to go green on both of them. It's interesting. The location of the pullback. So let's see if we can get moving. POTR is pulling back. Let's see if we can get the breakout. Hood is pulling back a bit as well. 65.7. Come on, Hood. What are you doing?
Oh, there's a drop on Tesla. I didn't want to bet on that drop on Tesla.
You went short on Tesla?
No, I was watching it, but it was hanging out above VWAP, so I wasn't confident in that move to take the shorts.
Yep. Yeah, but I don't blame you, man. I mean, this is. I mean, look at this 1 minute. It looks. It doesn't look great, man. But it's still a big move. Like some of these cans are like $2 moves, so you can still end up working out.
I was actually watching Paris to see what Paris was doing. if he was going to, because he got out of his short trade on Tesla. I was thinking, oh, if he was hanging on there or was adding to it, then maybe I'd consider it. But yeah, he didn't. So he seems to be focused on NVIDIA right now.
Yeah, I see him. I'm looking at him on NVIDIA here too. POTR is struggling. I don't think POTR is gonna make the move here. Hood is trying to hold on here, so we'll see if it can bounce off. But POTR, I don't think it's gonna do it, man. It's having a hard time getting above that VWAP, and then you also have the previous day close there as well. So just long Hood for now. But I think POTR can get something done for us here. All right, so here's the breakout. Hood is battling to stay above 65. And PLTR. Okay, Okay, here's the pullback. All right, PLTR is trying to get its act together.
Hood is not cooperating with you, is it?
No, it's not. It's not. It's just like wrapping itself around 65 above it, just right below it, right above it. And watching PLTR to see. See, but as I'm looking at PLTR, God, it's the volume, man. It's just not. It's not there. All right, here it is. He will be the candle for confirmation to push higher above that previous day close, and I'll like it here for long. So there it is. Let's see if we can get. Okay, so I'm ready. All right, here it is. So let's see if we can get the push. So I'm long PLTR as well. Same move as Hood, but let's see if this one can get going here. I'm gonna give this one 123, so I don't want to go below 123. Let's see if we can get the push on PLTR. But it's happening. I like the way it's moving. Let's see if we can get something going here. Hood is trying to hold. Hood is just barely holding to 65. All right, so here's the move. I think Hood can still recover if it can just settle down and do something here. All right, so stop 123. I would love to get to 126. Get some kind of continuation here, but we'll probably have to take partials on the way up there. Because just things have been so choppy. Little PLTR, if you look at the chart, it looks so clean. And Hood is doing something as well. It looks so clean as far as the sell-off. This sell-off was really nice. Like, this was very, very clean. We had good moves today. I've been watching the wrong stocks, guys. I don't know what's going on. Like PLTR, yeah, I have, man. Like PLTR, this is a great short here. Great 5-minute breakdown. Gets going. There's some other ones too. AI I had on my secondary list. Also traded well. That's just today was all about picking the wrong stocks to have on deck here.
Mm-hmm. It's another day that it's not as easy as I thought it would be so far.
I was expecting it to be much, much easier than this. Yeah, I agree.
I thought there'd be some good, and like you said, Carlos. Then you look back and you can always find the things. Like I was sort of at the side of my eye. I was watching Apple once again. I chose not to take Apple. It had a great short opportunity when it did that first breakdown, and then it bounced a little bit, and then. Anyways, I was going to go short around 202.70. I just didn't pull the trigger. Missed opportunity. It was sold off.
Apple, man, this market's making me work, man. I'm not used to this. It's making me work. I'm in 2 trades. I can't remember the last time I traded. I'm in 2 trades. I don't remember this back and forth I got going on here. I'm head on a swivel. This market is making me work, Peter. We're not used to this.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, let's see.
How dare it make us actually work.
Yeah. Make us actually pay attention and do stuff. We're just stuck sideways. Hood is 64.93, 92. 64.80, I'll jump out of this. 123, I'll jump out of PLTR as well. It's just not getting that push. What? Amanda, you're in 12 trades?
12
My
trades?
trading style is raccoon on a glitter store. Oh man, we need to have a video of your setup. And how many screens you doing this with?
How would you possibly manage that many trades?
Yeah, I mean, technically, if you're doing limit orders and stops and you got everything somewhat automated, you could do it. I tried doing that once, Peter. It's just I overtraded the crap out of everything. Um, I tried like when I first started. I tried like I'm just gonna take all kinds of trades, put automate everything, and it's just
Right.
at the end of the day, everything was just a bunch of trades, all red, all hit the stop. That didn't
Right.
work. Um, uh, all right, we are stuck here. Stuck. Hood 64.98. It goes from 64.98.90 to 65.08. It's just really stuck in a range as far as hood goes. There it is, 64.95.
Come on, Hood. Be
And
nice
it's
to
just
my buddy
be,
Carlos.
be nice to us, man. You have
Oh,
us working today.
oh, NVIDIA. NVIDIA's back at low of day.
Yeah? Oh, man. NVIDIA. Things are selling off, man. This is not a bull market. This sell-off here in the SPY is not gonna help my costs at the moment. That is not gonna help my trades. So here's Hood. We've just been trying to stay above that 64.80. We just tested there. We need the SPY to turn directions, but it's not. So I'm gonna get out of Hood. Let's see, SPY. You're gonna hold on here. We go for 10 cents. Let's see if 10 cents would do it. It does not. All right, so we're out of Hood. And then POTR 123 will be out of it as well. Man, nothing is working for me. This is unbelievable. All right, so 123, I'll be out of POTR as well. My goodness. What a market. 123. Yeah, I'm out of Hood as well. I'm out of POTR as well. Holy smokes. This market is driving me insane. What is happening, man? It's like there's just no direction. Everything is a stop out. This is definitely my first whole week red. Oh, that is tough. That is tough.
Oh, jeez, NVIDIA.
That is not the way you want to end the month. I'll tell you that much.
Oh.
Let me see how we're doing here. Yeah, we gave a lot back this week, but man, we're still in the green for the month, but we did give a lot of profits back. This week has not been great. We gave some back. All right, let's see. So Hood, and these are like both. Like I can't be mad. This is my move. This is POTR. This is what I do all the time. Like I'm looking at it now. This is what we do. So you can't be like, oh, you're upset you didn't break your rules or you didn't follow your rules. This is the trade, man. I was in a 7-day winning streak. Yeah, I don't track the winning streaks, but yeah, we're in a good streak there, man. As far as days, we've been in a really good streak. So I don't know what the days were, but we've been getting we'll have like one red trade and 2 green ones for the day. So it's been nice. It's been nice. All of May was like that. This is the first time that's like back to back madness. So gotta take the good with the bad. Wow, Tesla did sell off really nice here. After craziness. Yeah, no love, City Man. No love at all. I agree. I agree. No love at all. What I'm gonna do is to recover. So I'm gonna go look at my green grass and just have a cigar. Have a cigar in my backyard, my green grass, and just be like, Just look like the video, like, oh, what's the guy sitting on the bench? I have one of those benches things with that swings. What's the guy? The big picture, like wait. They usually for waiting for Monday, like waiting for the market to open.
Oh
What's the
yeah,
guy's
yeah.
name from Colombia?
I don't,
Uh,
I
go
don't know.
touch the grass. I should go touch the grass. Yeah, should go touch the grass. Escobar, yes, Pablo Escobar. How could I forget?
That's
Um,
correct.
he's sitting like in this little bench. He's like waiting for Monday. He's by himself, just staring forward. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit in my bench with my
I like
cigar.
that.
You've seen
Okay.
it. I'm sure you have. It's let's see here.
Trade Canada. Look, I think why it's selling off is because the overnight move in relation to the removal of the tariffs is, the deep pockets have, to me, clearly stated they think it was overdone, right? Like there was an overreaction. They don't think that the removal is either going to be permanent or as impactful. So yeah, it's
I think they're scared. They don't know how Trump is gonna react to this.
well, right.
Like
I
this is
mean,
not gonna be good. Here it is, Peter. Look, this one. This is gonna be me after I'm done here today. I'm gonna go to my backyard, sit on here, and just 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 uh, think about the day
just think about life, eh?
and think about life.
Is that actually Pablo Escobar, or is that from
Mm,
like Narcos? Is
no, it's
that
from Narco. Yeah, it's from the show. Yeah,
that's from
yeah,
Narcos? Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, let's see here. Man, AI again, like just it's all about watching the right stocks, right? Look at AI, guys. If you had AI in your main list, this is just trading awesome, just beautiful pop there. QUBT, SMCI, great short. I was watching this one for long, but did not think short on it. Didn't watch it when it was broke down here. Hood. It's just the sell-off is very strong right now. BA moving, Amazon. I need to find a strategy that I can do when things start to sell off. Like I don't know how to out here. I don't wouldn't know how to join this move. Like I don't have a strategy
Wow.
to join this short on Nvidia here.
Hey, Carlos, I just got a text message.
Yeah, what'd you get?
It says, "Hello, my name is Monica. We came across your profile through several online recruitment platforms and impressed by my background and experience. We're,
Mm-hmm.
we're offering flexible part-time opportunity that involves assisting 10mu merchants with product reviews. The daily salary is $201 to $3,000 a day, and you get paid immediately after the work. It's paid daily."
It's
Uh,
awesome. What's the name of the person that texted you? What is it?
says her name's Monica.
Okay, well I got Rachel. Rachel texted me yesterday at
Hmm.
1:20.
I mean, this has got to be legit, right? Because her email address is bubbabad71 at design.yytss.net. So there you go. If you want to email somebody who's clearly legit,
Yeah,
bubbabad71 at design.yytss.net. I mean, I don't know what could be possibly fraudulent about that. Seems legit to me.
yeah, yeah. Rachel's emailing me from she emailed me to at but as a text, like it's weird. At Bernard gegraphzone.org. And she's Rachel. Why is your name Bernard in the email and you're Rachel? I don't remember seeing companies do that before. And I can
Yeah.
earn 200 to 500 per day. Base
Okay.
salary is 800 for every 4 weeks. But I might call her because today's been a red day for me. So I might call her and be like, yeah, really? We can make this
Yeah.
much? Maybe I'll work for 2 days and make up the
You
losses
might
for this
want to
week.
Yeah, you might want to call Monica because I can earn up to $3,000 a day. So apparently, I've got bigger earning potential.
We got better potential. It's just like our likes. See, just like the pre-market show likes, friends. If you want to make
Yeah.
help Peter make some money here, hit those like buttons. We really appreciate it. We're sitting at 251. And let me see here. Let me refresh. Yeah, 251. We'd love to see you higher, friends. Helps us out a ton. So smack that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Time to send the McDonald's application. They're paying $18 an hour here for McDonald's. I saw a sign. I'm like, it seems like a lot, but given how expensive things are, it was a
Right.
lot when I used to try to apply for McDonald's. It was like
Right.
$8 an hour, but I'm sure things have changed. Thanks, Trader. Appreciate it. See, Trader Alex is nice. He's like a like for both of you, but yeah, it is for both of us. But I just don't get the checks behind them. So I love that you try to do that there, but it all goes to Peter.
That's right. Line my pockets.
There you go, friends. All right, bouncing NVIDIA. Let's see what we can find here, friends. Bouncing NVIDIA, bouncing PTR. Everything is just market driven right now. Only AI is the one that's doing its own thing and traded very, very well. So if you're watching AI front and center, this was nice. SMCI also very good. Hood, good. What else we had today? What did you guys trade this morning? Did you guys? Ecam is long NVIDIA, sweet. SEBT. We've seen this on our gappers list a couple of times. SEBT, SBET. Hold on, there it is. Yeah, very strong day. So far, up 36%. Sharp Link. Yeah, I remember the name. We saw it. I think it was yesterday, sometime this week. Yeah, here it is. Gapped up, man. If you had for some reason, if you had this on your swing trades, you're happy. You are happy. $5 just 4 days ago. Up at 35, as high as 50 plus on this thing. So just be careful. It is in place, moving here. Volume as the 1 minute candle is not great. So just be mindful, man. These moves are big too. Like if you zoom in, I mean, these are really big moves. How's the spread? The spread is not great. I mean, you're looking at 50, in some cases 40 cents. That's not good if you're going to be taking a decent size number of shares. Just be careful. So be very careful on this one. But yeah, great day for them today. I remember taking trades, guys, that I didn't pay attention to the spread. And I remember getting in and immediately being down because the spread was like $1 in this trade. And this was I was not rookie, not thinking I got the world figured out. And man, and it just dropped and it went from like down like 209 to like 600. And it dropped just a little bit, but the spread opened up. So my P&L was like, holy smokes. That was a realization how important spread is on stocks that have no volume. Gotta know what you're doing. I've been through so many things like this, Pierre. Like you just learn from experience. The other one was I did some smart swing trade. And I didn't know this. The reason the stock had moved up that day was because they were planning a reverse split the following day. Did not know this. So I joined the stock. I bought a bunch of shared low price stock. The next day, it shows that I was green. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is awesome. But once it reset it, I was down almost like $1,000 because the thing had dropped so much from the reverse split that morning. But at first, the Thinkorswim platform had not reset it, so it showed like I was in the profit. But once they changed the numbers and it gave me extra shares, whatever the case, they had more shares at a lower price or higher price. I don't remember how it was. I was down like $1,000. So very very expensive lessons, friends. So you can avoid all of that by joining papertraders.com. Check out the memberships. We'll teach you not to do those things. This was before my BBT days. Good stuff. Oh man. See what we got going on.
Those lessons usually are expensive because
they are very
because we all learn the hard way.
Yep. So join BBT. We'll save you thousands. I promise you, thousands. Um, all right, let's see. Yes, use that money for a better cause. I agree. Gym tuition, yeah, yeah. Experience comes at a cost, but if we can help you avoid some of those costly mistakes, so you're still gonna make mistakes. We all do, but yeah, it'll be nice not to have to go through that if you can. SMCI hood. Speaking of swing trades, I sold my American Airlines because I was expecting it to go lower. It hasn't really dropped. So I sold everything. I was expecting it to come back down to 9. We'll see. We'll see if it does anything here. Advanced, yeah, we got, you do this long enough and you do run into some really funny stories, man. I could make a book. In fact, I can't make a book like Andrew or Thor. It's too serious. It's too good. I got to make something like more of like comedy. So I should make something like uh, funny stories of trading or something. And I should do some of my stories, take some of Peter's, take some of the community.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Well,
I think, be a
Thor
good
Thor
book.
and I have long had a joke that we're going to write a book called "Stomped Out to the Penny." So he went ahead and wrote a
Ah,
different book, but we never got around to writing our book.
I like that. Stop
But
that to the penny. That's a great name.
I think it's
Don't
a
say it
great
too. Don't,
title
don't.
for a
don't-
book.
It's a great title. Don't say it too loud, so the algos might
Yeah.
steal it. But um, yeah, it's a great title. Um, but uh, but yeah, I remember one time was I was so tired, and I didn't sleep good that night. But I was in a winning trade. I was actually in a winning trade, and I'm watching it, and I'm literally, Peter, falling asleep on the keyboard.
Right.
Like I'm falling asleep. You know how you have your fingers, and when you wake up, you kind of press your fingers. Like
Yeah.
you kind of have that. So I did that. I got out of the trade. I'm like, I gotta just stop trading. Just gotta stop trading. I hit the hotkey and got out of the trade before
Your
time.
mic got farther away. Something.
Oh, yep. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I
There you
basically got out of the trade because the reflexes of the finger
go. Oh
when I
yeah.
woke up, and I was just like, you know what? Just stop, Carlos. Go to bed. Don't force this. But so many
Uh,
things like this, man. It's crazy.
yeah. We all have to pay our tuition in different ways. That's for sure.
Yes, sir. Uh, Amazon. I don't have anything today for you guys. Nothing. POTR. Yeah, beautiful sell off the VWAP here. I mean, everything really. For the most part, a lot of things selling off here pretty nice. Um, so we'll see. Again, guys, only an hour in. I feel like I've been trading for like 6 hours, but it's only an hour in. We'll start getting into like reversals too, which could be nice if there's some kind of reversal that's going to happen, like NVIDIA right now, looking great as far as a potential for finding a support here. 139.35 is the low of the pre-market. Some daily level I got here, but yeah, this we're just getting started, so more could happen. BA is up on news. Oh wow, I didn't see this. Look at this. BA is
What's the what's the
what's the
news on
news?
Boeing? Does Boeing need news? It never seems to need news. It just randomly moves.
Yeah, yeah.
This Boeing. So United and JetBlue has this partnership. Actually, you mentioned that, Carlos. We never talked about that
Oh yeah, we didn't
in
mention it, but
pre-market.
I'm looking forward to. So JetBlue doesn't fly out of Newark. They had like a couple of flights. They're usually all JFK, and United doesn't do anything out of JFK. So what they want to do is, they want to. The first thing they're going to do is, and it still has to get approved, right, by the Business Bureau or whatever. They want to allow JetBlue point holders, which my parents have tons of JetBlue points, to be able to use them at United and vice versa. right? So that's the first part of it. Then the second one is United is going to give some slot times out of Newark to JetBlue, and then JetBlue is going to do the same for United, so it can kind of expand into the different airports, right? Because United is only Newark and JetBlue is only JFK for right now. They got like they want to expand, so that could be good. It's great for my parents, man. They're gonna, because right now they're in DR and they fly out of Kennedy, which is far, because they have
Right.
so many points. I mean, they got thousands of points, right? So now they'll be able to fly out of here with United. So that's it's a good thing. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it gets passed, and it can get done. But that's United and JetBlue. Not sure how that will affect. The Boeing's got to be different, right? I mean, any big orders or something? Or
Boeing, you mean yesterday Boeing had some good news that the Department of Justice, they came to a deal on some of their recent crashes, I guess, and accidents. So a $1.1 billion deal to drop the criminal charges on the plane crash investigation. So
to drop the criminal charges.
yeah.
Now, if you don't drop them, who's going to jail? Like they're gonna just give them like a
Well,
737, put it in jail. Like who's going to jail if they don't drop the criminal charges?
I
They're
don't.
gonna
I
arrest the
don't.
plane.
It's, I'm not sure. It depends on. Well, I think that was the uncertainty, right? Would you take executives who were responsible for safety oversight? Would you take? I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure who they
Yeah.
would.
So this is so weird.
Watching NVIDIA here to see if it's going to get a bounce. I'm keeping an eye on it. I don't have a huge amount of faith in this, but
Ben says arrested. No, man, this is not that. Boeing. This goes back, and you know, because you're in the business. This goes back, man. This goes back to Mark Douglas when they sold Boeing. That merger was horrible. They have a history of really cutting corners. These guys, they're brutal, cutting corner, cutting costs. I mean, the whole 737 Max is an entire cutting corners airplane. Like if you look at what they did to get this airplane approved and above off the ground, it's cutting corners. I mean, and they've been doing that since they merged with Douglas. It's just been so bad, so bad. So greedy, man, greedy, greedy, greedy. Peter, you take this short. Let's take this reversal here, NVIDIA.
no,
Oh, okay.
no. I said I'm watching it, but it wasn't as sharp of a reversal as I normally like to trade. So
Hmm. Yeah, that's my thing, Virgilio. Like you never see when these companies get sued, Google or something goes wrong or criminal charges. You never see a person that goes to jail, right? It's just this is what happens. Drop the criminal charges, fine, slap on the wrist, and they move on. Um, Unless it's something like uh, Madoff, right? Something like that. That's different. Like if big scam like that, Ponzi scheme is a whole different story.
yeah,
Yeah, that's different. PLTR. Oh man, everything is reversing nicely now. PLTR. Mm. Uh, hmm. PLTR might be good. Checking that one out. Carlos, how have you the pre-market price highlight like that? Uh, you talking about these levels? Let me get you on the daily. Are you referring to? like when we do this, price levels. So this is a line. So you have it set up as a hotkey, but you can actually, if you have your crossbar, your toolbar, just right click, bring your toolbar, and you're gonna get this up here. You can use this one here. You can use any of the lines here. You can add those on. And what you could do is any of these. You go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, no, can finish your thought, and I
Oh,
can show another way if I.
okay, cool. And what you could do with any of these, you could set them up on a. I have it as a hotkey, right? So I have it set up as a hotkey. So I just click my hotkey, and I can add them quickly, right? Because going here every time to do a thing, it's see, I did one there. You could click it again. That can take time. I have a hotkey to add, and then one to shift the same button, and then that removes it. So that's the way I do that. And go ahead, Peter. Another way.
If you're talking about, there's a way to automatically mark the high and low pre-market, if that's of interest, if that's what you're asking about. If you go and right-click, if you're using DOS, Carlos, maybe you can show it on the screen there, but the price study marker study, if you go in there, they have settings where it'll automatically mark. You can mark the highs and lows of the day. You can mark the high and low of pre-market.
It's in here,
So
Peter,
here,
in study.
yeah, study, and then it's the study price marker. Price marker. You've already got one on your studies in
Oh,
your
this one
chart.
here, right? Because this
Yeah,
one down here. Okay. The config or config X? Which one?
I'm not seeing where you're at, but yeah, just config. I think it's been a while since I've done it, but yeah, and then so you see the different price studies. So you've got the low and the high. So yesterday's low and high, the previous day.
Mm-hmm.
So YY is 2 days ago low and high. But if you click on the drop down there, you can see that there's other options in there, like the pre-market high, pre-market low.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you
Okay.
can just
Yep.
select
Yep.
those, and it'll automatically mark. And you can put it in a different color or something, different thickness, line style, whatever you
Nice.
want. That's what I do. I mark those in a different color, so I know it's a pre-market high and low. So it just automatically tracks that, and it dynamically changes.
Yeah. Now you will have to you can add another one of these here, I assume.
Yes, yeah, you
So
can.
you can have a couple of. I see you only have an option of four.
Right,
Oh,
I've got
okay,
two of them,
gotcha.
so I've got
You
like
set them
eight
up
different
differently.
settings that I use. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. There you go, friends. All right, let's see. POTR now looks much better than earlier. I might go long on this thing. I feel like I have been trading a lot, but I don't feel like I'm not in control. So we can still trade if we get the opportunity. As we wait for Paris and Brian to join us momentarily here, let's see if POTR gives us a move. I do not have a hotkeys video, but it's something we could do, something we could put together. There's so many things you could do. Like if you look at the hotkeys script from DAS, man, they have a hotkey for everything. It's really, really nice. Like I feel like out of the stuff, the features that you could do when it comes to hotkeys and everything else, I know about 20%, 25% of what DAS can do. There's just so much you could do on here. So it's a
Yep,
pretty neat platform
that
that
is
way.
true.
All right, let's see. Here's our breakout move on the VWAP, the pullback. This time, are we going to go? Is the question. So we're checking PLTR. Did Hood come back too? No, Hood did not come back. PLTR did. Not looking convincing at all. Carlos Peter, half of the mods in BBT do not trade or trade sim while occupying most of the time in the chat room. Is the membership still worth it? I don't think that's true. Not sure how your base what you're basing that on, but listen, man, membership is worth it even if you don't even use the chat room. That's how much stuff is in there. You don't like the chat room, don't use it. It's still worth it. But no, man, it's there's this one thing that Andrew has done. He has always made sure that we provide more value than what you're paying for, like three times more. Me and Peter have told Andrew, this is too cheap, man. We're putting in all this work, you're doing all this thing, you're putting all this programmers, you're doing this, doing that, and he's like, I want it cheap for the members. No, I want to keep it cheap for the members. I'm like,
It always
it's
does. Yep.
always does. I'm like, it's one thing to keep it cheap, but it's one thing to like provide, the value of the cost. But he's like, always low, 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 low. So you're not gonna have a problem with that. Trust me. And the great thing is, I always tell people like, always join communities that you can join for a month, right? Don't go to these communities where they hook you on for like 6 months at a time. No, 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 no. You can join for $99 a month. You could join for a month. You don't like it, you leave. No harm, no foul.
Yep.
But this stuff where you like pay thousands of dollars and you're stuck in for a year, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Join for a month, join for two. Once you realize that you're paying, $200, already so far for 2 months, you can get a discount if you do a year. Then you do a year. But first, always join communities so you can, kind of do a test run. Do a test run. Do a test drive. Do you like it? You don't go buy a car and just say, hey, give me this one and just go for it. Pay whatever $1,000. No, you test drive it. So test drive the membership and see if you get benefit out of it. If you do, you see yourself long term, go for it. You don't like it, my recommendation is find a community. If it's not this one, find a community that's going to how can I call it, help you with your trading, because you can't really do this alone. It's kind of difficult, to be honest. Oh man, I like PLTR
Yep.
here. I just don't know if I'm over trading at this point, but I do like PLTR. Back above the VWAP. Um,
I should have taken that NVIDIA trade. It's working slowly, but it is working. Got the sort of the double bounce off the bottom. Just didn't see the volume, so I didn't trust it in this market that has not been treating neither Carlos or I very well.
yeah, yeah.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, Brian,
uh,
welcome.
no, that's not true, man. These guys trade. The problem is they probably don't trade the way you want them to trade, right? Like for example, I don't trade a lot. This fact today is probably one of the days I have the most trades, right? So you probably don't want them. They don't trade probably the way you want them to trade, where they're taking all these trades and they're always active. Not everybody trades like that. And this is the issue with day trading, that people have this perception that you're constantly in trades and you're constantly losing your shirt. That's not the way trading works. Trading is for me, very, very boring. I take 5 trades a week, 6 trades a week. This week has been exceptional as far as how many trades I've taken. But that's not the way trading works. So maybe they don't trade the way you want them to trade. And this is why we have different mods. Find the one that works, with your style, you can kind of connect with. But if you want to see high flying by the seat of your pants, it's just not reality, man. It's not. So, and there's nothing wrong with that, I see traders. There's this trader on YouTube, and I like him. He's really good. I watch a lot of YouTube traders, and he is constantly averaging down. Like every time it goes up, he averages down to bring his average up. But he knows what he's doing. Like he explains it. He knows what he's doing. I'm like, I can never do that. This is madness to me, right? But to him, he knows what he's doing. I'm sure some people can connect with that. So you got to find who you can connect with, right? There's several ways to make money out of this market. So that's just my 2 cents, right? So find what works for you. Find the people that you can connect with, and go from there. Okay. Good morning, guys. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay.
Good, man.
Had some unprofitable trades right at the open. I really shouldn't have been trading right at the open because it was kind of choppy. But
I had that
been
too.
most of my trades here today that have been good have been trading the options on the SPY, because it seems to be seems to be trading a little more predictably, at least giving me levels to trade against. So, we had that one pop up on the SPY that hit VWAP right around 955. That was went short there on the SPY for that VWAP rejection.
Mhm.
So when you're trading options, you can get a really nice move on on very on just small movements. You can get nice price action on small movements. So
Hey, can you
and
hear me?
then we
Yeah.
took it
Yes.
long once too.
And now.
Perfect. Yeah, Brian, had a really good day. I am close to break even. I had good trade, bad trade, cutting down to break even now, which is good considering that uh, I'm having a really difficult time to wake up. So, huge
You're
respect for
struggling,
everybody
with
in the
the
West
time
Coast.
zone.
Yeah,
All
huge
right.
respect for everybody who's waking up early.
So when
See,
are we
Paris
booking the
just
flights to Australia?
Man, I think we should, for sure.
My wife would be so angry with me if I actually flew off to Australia without her.
what time is it in Australia right now? Isn't it? It's a few hours ahead, I think, isn't it?
It's
But the
like
next day.
yeah, it's like 14 hours ahead, right? So it'll be 1 in the morning, which is prime time for Paris.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Paris could come home from the bar
Yeah.
and trade.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
No, Peter's
So
Peter's in the and Carlos are in the ideal time zone. You get up, and have some breakfast,
Yeah. Yep.
get the cobwebs out of the brain.
mm, Melbourne, Australia. When do I want to leave?
Right now, I can't. I don't see any levels that I can trade against. We're kind of stuck in a bit of a range right now, but kind of interesting price action. Really, right from the get-go, we started selling. Um, so what I'm looking at right now on the SPY and the Qs are, I'm watching the 9 and the 20 EMA, and they're pretty compressed right now, which means we're not going anywhere, or at least we've kind of leveled out.
Whoa. Wow. I tried to find a flight to
SPY looking a
Melbourne,
little.
Australia. I've broken Air Canada.
What about Air Canada?
I've broken their website trying to find a flight to Australia.
Oh, I can tell you the flight. It's leaves Van, leaves Vancouver at around 11 o'clock at night. I think the flight number is 056.
Wow. Okay. Well, then I fly myself to Vancouver. We'll pick up Paris along the way.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Yeah,
Look at this, $2,000. That's expensive.
yeah, it's
Brisbane. Why would I fly through Brisbane?
How was your day, guys? Carlos, Peter? How was
I only had a couple of. I was trying to get Tesla short off the open, and I had two stop outs, and then I did get in and got a short, made my money back. But yeah, I'm pretty much break even on the day. Didn't find
Okay.
anything
Yeah.
after that. Although I should have
Yeah,
taken NVIDIA long off the bounce off the bottom, but other than that,
my day was brutal, man. I'm actually applying to McDonald's right now. See, they're paying $18 an hour, I think. So gonna go there try to make up the losses for today and this week.
all right. McDonald's had
Yeah,
some
this
good
was
ads, didn't they? They were advertising. When didn't they famously have those billboards they took out say, if you're trading crypto, time to join McDonald's?
Tesla looks kind of bullish here, although we're getting into an area where we spent a lot of time in the pre-market, and this is coming up to previous day high, so it's not really a great area to go long.
All right, guys, keep the
So
faith there,
Uber really
everybody out
broke
there.
down.
It is really a tough week for trading. Things have not been as smooth as you might hope. So trade smart, whatever you're doing. We're live in the chat room all day. We'll be here online for another little bit. So enjoy, Brian and Paris, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, I thought it was a
Yeah,
tough week because of the
thank
West
you.
Coast thing, but it seems like it's a tough week for everyone. Uh,
Wow, there you go. Tesla still
yeah, NVIDIA looks like it's a long. Uh, NVIDIA wants to pop up, and yeah, I was thinking of
Tesla's
going
definitely
long.
definitely Tesla's definitely got buyers. I just don't want to buy it into this area. Um, there are orders to the upside too. 366, 368. There's a big order.
Yeah, NVIDIA, man. I was thinking of going long NVIDIA at 140.50, but now it's too late for me to get in.
Yeah, we need to start a GoFundMe page for Carlos. Do you have a rough morning?
NVIDIA is again strong, guys. No, it's 141 is
There
gonna
there
be
goes.
that.
Yeah, watch the VWAP on NVIDIA. Um,
No, it's PLTR to one. PLTR.
See, that's why I didn't want to chase Tesla up into this area here. It's pulling back now. Might be a good entry here as it bounces off the VWAP from the top side. SPY and the SPY kind of looks like it's kind of getting ready to move up here. Maybe. Same with the Qs. Mm.
NVIDIA is again going up. Very strong. Yeah, man, NVIDIA would have been a great trade that long. But nothing that I am in right now. Until then, what is everybody on YouTube doing? How are you doing, guys?
TQQ, long TQQ. Hopefully, well, it's in the green. It never actually went red on the day, so you must have been in as a swing trade.
Yeah, Adrian, rating QBTS,
Um,
NVIDIA. Yeah, good,
you
Brett.
see Tesla. Yeah, look at it. Look at Tesla stalling right where. So I said this was not a great place to go long.
Hmm.
So you can see Tesla pulling back a bit. So I'm still trying to find some buyers. The Qs still look like we're making a bit of a ascending wedge here. So if it can break through this 521.50 area on the Qs, it'll be should get a nice run up to 592. VWAP's around over 592 on the Qs.
I just took one shot on CRM just for fun. I think this is more of a bull trade. So let's see. Stop loss above 260.
Um, yeah, there goes the Qs. NVIDIA's back at the VWAP. So if you're looking to take a profit, here we go. Nice move up on the SPY. Nice breakout. Nice breakout.
I missed that move on NVIDIA for sure. Now I'm taking that irrational trade. This stock has nothing, and I'm touching this stock for no reason. Has no volume, no tape going against the trend. Yeah, if it wants to break even, I'll get out or above 260.
Anybody take Spire Q trade? That was kind of nice, nice little breakout there. You could see it setting up. That nice Qs gave a nice ascending wedge trade there. Same with the SPY for a breakout. That was being really nice. I'll take that. Oh, you should be able to see my screen if you click on the top where it says my name at the top left corner.
Okay, all out on CRM. I actually got a profit out of it, but I don't like this. This was like
Yeah,
a
taking some
irrational trade.
definitely taking some profits here. Where
Oh,
this
I didn't know
area
that
is
out.
where we where we kind of stalled out before and rejected. As I said, on the SPY, 591.20-ish is VWAP, and that's where we're going to see some resistance. Same with the Qs. Qs are more like 522.30. We're coming up right now on it. So I definitely, if you went long, I'd take some partials here for sure. Or at least that's what I would do anyway. I'm not giving advice, but it looks like we're getting a nice little push here. Look at that. Beauty. What a nice breakout on the SPY and the Qs.
Yeah, NVIDIA is coming back to 142 area.
Wow, it could have really killed it if I'd have been trading SPX.
Yeah, every call out I think worked exactly the way you were showcasing.
Yeah, it's been relatively predictable today. I mean, I'm seeing the levels and the moves on the SPY and the Qs for sure. It's been a little bit easier than trading NVIDIA and Tesla and some of the other stuff that's been pretty erratic, like PLTR.
Yeah, PLT are back to PDC now. Yeah, NVIDIA is gonna find some sellers at 142 for sure. I would be surprised if NVIDIA just breaks 142. It is, I think the last time 142 was an important level.
Oh yeah, 590, 59.25 puts and calls. Yeah, I like to stay close to in the money. Don't like to go too far out. All right, well, we're back at the view app on the SPY and the Qs. I knew we would find some buyers at some point. Yeah, NVIDIA
To
is breaking through the
142.
view app now. Let's take a look at
142
this.
is,
Yeah, there's lots of orders to the upside. It's pretty bullish book, except for the fact that there's been a lot of selling. I mean, there's been more transactions on the bid than there has been on the ask, but doesn't necessarily mean stock will go down. So just be careful in this area right here with NVIDIA. We spent a lot of time pre-market in this area, so there's a lot of should be some buyers in this area that might want to get out. Yeah, there's the rejection on the SPY. And the Qs at the VWAP, we're struggling here. We're not struggling, we're pausing. It's Tesla. Tesla looks a little weak actually. Can't get above the VWAP. No. Well, I have taken a few trades on Sim just for a laugh. If I don't want to, sometimes I'll use Sim as a like if I get into a time of day where I know I'm not profitable but I still feel this urge to trade when I know I shouldn't. So I'll sort of satisfy that urge by trading in Sim. But like this is the time of day I know I'm not wanting to take another trade, but I can see I'm seeing trades set up like I would have. I could have taken a short on Tesla, even though that's not a great trade. Um, could take a long on NVIDIA here. I know that's not a great trade.
yeah, so I think it's top of the hour as well, man. So let's uh wrap it up.
Mm.
Okay,
So yeah,
guys, thank you everyone on YouTube. Yeah.
yeah, thank you for getting up early, Paris. I know it's tough.
Yeah, it is. It has been tough. One more week and I'll be back in East Coast.
Oh,
So
you're here for another week.
yeah.
Well, let's get together before you leave.
Yeah, yes, Brian. I'll text you now.
Yeah, for
Thank you
sure.
guys. Thanks everyone. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
There's a question about quick question about Amazon. Um, I'll just take a look at that before I drop off. Uh, um, 210 looks like it's definitely a challenging area for Amazon right now. We gapped down on the 14th, and now today we tried to fill that gap. Looks like we kind of did. We came close to filling it. Definitely filled it in the pre-market. So I don't know. I think Amazon, to be honest, then Amazon looks it's like it's just trading in a range right now. You've got the 200. level as seeming like support. $210 resistance. So I'd look for if I was looking for a trade, I'd look for a break of one of those levels. But right now it's kind of stuck in no man's land. So you could the only other trade would be like an options trade. Do some credit spreads. Hmm. All right, that's kind of my thoughts on Amazon right now. We're kind of range bound. So if you're interested in doing stuff like credit spreads and stuff, you can always, you're not familiar with options, you can check out my options trading book on Amazon. Yeah, see, look at how we rejected right at the VWAP on the Qs and the SPY after that nice rally back. It's exactly where you wanted to take profits. This pullback may just be a higher low, but again, that's a level that's always important, the VWAP. And right now, we're just hugging the VWAP on NVIDIA for the last 10 minutes as well. So, all right, guys, have a good rest of your morning, and we'll see you tomorrow, Friday. Cheers, everyone.